Miles, here's what I think people have a tough time comprehending. How can you have a government that presents itself to the world as all-powerful, all-knowing, very sophisticated, that they've got everything covered, whether it's global finance or whether it's manufacturing, and someone that's really putting now hundreds of billions of dollars every year into build up a military program to challenge and to really shut down the South China Sea and the Straits of Taiwan, to send combat divisions up into occupied Tibet on the Indian border and to challenge India. Now to have, as you have told me for years and I didn't pay attention, a 25-year or 40-year deal with the mullahs in Iran, that's $400 billion, right? I'm not just buying oil, but also military equipment, and they're talking about maybe even Chinese troops deployed with Hezbollah into Syria, into the Middle East. The CCP and Xi and Wan Xishan, whether Wan Xishan's being called the most powerful man and most important man in the world by Michael Bloomberg in Singapore, and I think it was May of 2018, right? Everywhere from May of 2019 to Xi going around and being, the party at Davos, when he goes there, when he goes on these One Belt, One Road, these guys have everything under control. But when a basic fundamental situation, like a flood, a massive flood, agreed, but in the central most important river in China, one of the most important rivers in the world, that has so much of the Chinese intellectual capability, of the hardworking people, of their farmers, of agriculture production. Beijing has got to do more than just send photo ops. What is Beijing doing today? Particularly, they've got the PLA, they have a massive army, they have a stability force, which you've been able to educate me is bigger than the army, right, to keep order in the cities about what they want to do. They have every tool in the apparatus. They have the firewall, they can control information, they can control technology. We saw in the pandemic they can shut down transportation. How can the CCP, with all that power on earth, not help the good citizens of China in the central Yangtze Valley?
Sir, I totally disagree you before you talk about this. CCP, not a technology power. CCP, all the technology is still from America. And America is the tycoon technology company because greedy help CCP make a technology power. Secondly, CCP not as money. They never create really non-perfect as the same as the GDP. They cheat America, cheat Europe, west of the world. They make the called WTO contract. Then is get cheat you money. That's your money, not from the CCP create money. Three, you see, they have the $400 billion in the uranium by the oil, make the deal. They have is $1.3 billion last 8 years, build one road, give the South Africa, Middle East, and it's the East Europe. This is the money not from China, not from CCP. Chinese use the blood, hard work, make the cheaper project, and wear Nike shoes, sell to you America. You America like buy is cheap, very cheaper than Nike shoes, and wear then help the CCP. CCP always lie. America now. China only 90 million CCP member, not 1.4 billion is all this the CCP member. But the 70 years, just American media don't like to talk to America and the Chinese. China only 90 million CCP member control you all the country. Also maybe top 10, top 20 family control all the China, all the market. They call we have the market weapon, threaten America, cheat Europe. You look, today is the DOJ, the BRA. Oh my God. I think that's very important. Is to create a new history. BRA talk any words and read FBI talk this. And Peter Navarro say CCP lie, Americans die. That's very important, sir. That's the truth. You need to know. CCP no capability can earn $1 trillion because 2001, before the signed WTO with America, all the China $1.3 trillion GDP. Signed WTO until now, $14 trillion GDP is from America and the rest of the world.
You're saying that before they allowed the American elites and the world elites to let them into the WTO, the total GDP of the country was barely over $1 trillion. Today, 20 years later, it's $14 trillion. That all came from capital, technology, and particularly access to markets in the United States and Europe. It's essentially the money of America and the West that did this.
Sir, it is. So this is 100.
Down the CCP.